Welcome to the Tourism News Wrap. My name is Jason Amu. Coming up, UNWTO Secretary-General cautions against unilateral actions as tourism readies for restart. Airlines signal resumption of services to Nairobi. Accra City Hotel prepares for new normal, and WTM London and Travel Forward reveals plans for 2020. The Secretary-General of the World Tourism Organization, Zurapolo Dukashvili, has urged governments to find the right balance between public health concerns and supporting a sector which millions of people depend on. In its latest episode, the UN Tourism Board said unilateral actions can cause confusion and produce unnecessary consequences. More importantly, they can undermine public trust and confidence, precious commodities we have worked so hard to build over these difficult few months. Over 20 African member states of the French-speaking bloc of the World Tourism Organization have undergone online training to help them respond efficiently and practically as possible in times of crisis. The recent survey of African member states of UNWTO as part of the realignment process for the Agenda for Africa identified security and safety and crisis communication as areas to aid the recovery of the tourism sector. The Deputy Director of the Africa region of UNWTO, Aime Mayaki, has been speaking to Tourism News Wrap.
Virtual workshop on crisis management, and what we try to achieve through that is to prepare stakeholders to be able to react, as responsive, efficiently, and practically as possible in times of crisis. So the training actually covered the fundamental functions of crisis management. I mean, first of all, from a theoretical point of view, and then in the afternoon, what was interesting is that we had a simulation exercise in which participants took part of. It was like an emergency simulation exercise. So we had different scenarios, and so the participants had to react and make critical decisions under the influence of stress. And so we were one of the scenarios that you were part of an international hotel chain, and you had different crises erupting everywhere. It is also a certified training because we did this in collaboration with a company called Chrysotech. It's one of the leading European companies when it comes to crisis management and crisis communication.
Tanzania mountain trekking company Shah Tours is convinced measures put in place by the health and tourism authorities in the East African country will help protect the public against the virus and also protect their livelihoods. As tourism restarts in Africa, concerns have been the adherence by operators and the public to open safely. Here is Rahel Shah, CEO of Shah Tours.
They're thinking about safety, or even just thinking practically that at the end of the day, if we don't do these things, we're not going to get confidence for people to travel here. So everyone, they are complying. The difficulty is that sometimes you can't do everything. Even if you wash your hands now and then you touch your face, then you might not be practical to wash your hands again. But I think as much as possible is good. And you do see from everywhere, we ourselves went to the park gates and they've got hand washing stations. We actually had our first international clients in July come from Switzerland, and we were near enough ready for that. I think we were ready. Everyone had the masks from our crew. There was the introduction of Tanzania Safari Channel. Then a lot of the local market now are seeing the national parks and being exposed to them. We ourselves actually in July had more citizens book with us than international clients. Again, all of them are very small numbers compared to what we'd normally expect. But we are seeing citizens now travel. Private companies are offering special offers for the accommodation. They're giving very discounted rates for residents.
Accra City Hotel, one of Ghana's major hotels, has assured its guests of the hotel's preparedness for the new normal. The hotel says the lockdown and low demand afforded them the opportunity to implement the protocols to help secure the safety of the staff and the general public. Speaking on the Tourism News Wrap, the sales and marketing manager at the hotel, Yao Mamfi, had this to say.
We are following the guidelines being provided by the Ghana Health Authority as well as the WHO. The most important thing is hand sanitizing, hand washing, social distancing, which we enforce on facility, because that is important for both our guests coming in and for our in-house staff. So when you enter the hotel, right from the very beginning, there's a huge device, hand washing with the soap, everything, an automated device, so you don't have to touch. You just put your hand there, you wash your hand, the soap, the sanitizer. Once you get onto the premises proper from the reception, there are signs all over the place to aid you. Social distancing, direction to conference room. We also have completely turned around how we set up our conference room, because we now have to factor in social distancing in the conference rooms. Business is low. We've also taken that as an advantage, and we are training. We're doing a lot of training for our in-house staff to meet the new environment, because we need to understand what is going on as it is right now, and guess that our staff need to understand and imbibe it in the way they do things.
With the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport set to reopen for international passenger service from August 1, a number of airlines have announced dates for flights to the Kenyan capital. British Airways, KLM, Emirates Airlines, Qatar Airways, Air France, and the flag carrier Kenya Airways have all announced resumption of flights to and out of Kenya. British Airways will be flying 4 times from August 1 on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays. Building upon the successful launch of its Travel International Hub at the end of June, Star Alliance, the world's largest global airline alliance, has unveiled a series of useful upgrades to now help passengers plan multi-stop itineraries. This unique alliance service was created by Star Alliance and its member airlines to help customers navigate the ever-changing international travel landscape that has resulted from measures taken by governments, regulators, and other stakeholders to help contain the spread of COVID-19. The tool provides specific health and hygiene measures presented across all elements of the customer journey. WTM London, the event where ideas arrive and travel forward, the Travel and Hospitality Technology event, co-located with WTM London, are waiting closely with partners and experts to ensure a safe and successful experience at Excel London from 2nd to 4th November 2020. Detailed plans are being made for every aspect of the shows, which is set to be one of the first major exhibitions to take place globally since the COVID-19 pandemic started. The preparations were given a boost earlier this month when British Prime Minister Boris Johnson gave the green light for conferences and exhibitions to resume in October. There's more news on www.voyageafrique.com and all our social media platforms. My name is Jason Amu.